The movie opens up showing a doctor and his assistant in the hospital. They covertly bring the dead body of a girl into a room to burn that girl's dead body. Then it is noticed that girl's dead body is moving. Which meant, it was not a dead body but an alive girl. Welcome to Movieland. Appreciate our efforts by subscribing and turning on the notifications please. It means us a lot. Spoilers ahead. Enjoy. They burn that girl placing in the furnace without any delay. After some time, a building sweeper hears some voices from that furnace. Coming there, he opens the furnace with no deliberation. Here it is revealed, why did that girl burn alive? It is shown that girl was a zombie. That zombie girl drags that sweeper inside. And both burn to die. Now the question is aroused here, how did that zombie girl approach in this hospital? If that zombie is in this hospital, then presence of other zombies is inevitable here. Then 3 persons are observed in the car. The girl's name was Ellison among them. There was also her mother and friend with her. They were going off-site for the surgery of Ellison and her mother. Ellison's friend was in the field of medicine. But he suffered blood phobia. Blood phobia is a mental disorder in which a human being is suffer the extreme fear of blood, feeling giddiness. Knowing his mental disorder of blood phobia, Ellison's friend left the field of medicine. A lady doctor named Yanya greets them when they reach that hospital. When they are going to that doctor in the hospital, a wave of dizziness assails Ellison's friend glimpsing blood there. The doctor who is treating his other patient, he was the most senior doctor. He was the same doctor who burnt that girl. After testing Ellison, he gets ready for her surgery while taking all information from her. They wait outside when doctor is making preparation for surgery. And they meet ward boy outside and converse with him. On the other side, Ellison's mother's surgery was about to start. Afterwards, Ellison is also called for surgery. But Ellison's friend was feeling weirdly. They neither test Ellison properly as they had not tested her blood group. Above all, that doctor was not performing her surgery. Then that ward boy takes Ellison's friend for a walk with an excuse. That ward boy takes Ellison's friend into a hospital dispensary, where drug was also available with medicine and ward boy used to take it secretly. Ellison's friend notices a masked girl there lying on the bed. And that girl's feet and hands had been tied. It was realizing as she has been captured here. Ellison's friend thinks that girl is perhaps facing problem to breath due to that mask. And she needs help. Thinking it, he takes off that girl's mask. That girl was looking very strange. She starts biting Ellison's friend, losing her control. Who helped her? Because she was a zombie, not a normal being. Hearing the voices, that ward boy also reaches there. He was unable to understand seeing that girl. What is she? Both flee feeling scared without covering the face of that girl. That zombie girl unfastens the bandages on her hands while biting. Ellison's friend immediately comes to Ellison. Because they did not want to stay in this hospital now. He wanted to escape, taking Ellison. Doctor asks him to go. An injection which is used to put the patient to sleep is injected to Ellison's friend accidentally. And he is knocked out. After a time, when Ellison's friend comes into senses, he again moves to the operation theater. And he observes the turmoil of the people there. And the doctors were leaving the hospital, taking the survivors. It happens as such because mistakenly freed girl by Ellison's friend had infected everyone while biting. All survivors try to go to the ground floor through elevator. But the light is gone and they use stairs. And many zombies were chasing them. And they shut the door for their safety. Being panicked, a man pushes an old lady from stairs who is seated on a wheelchair. He begins to descend, using stairs. And he observes, there were many zombies there. Who are eating one another badly. And that man hides himself in a room to save him. Now it is seen that Ellison and her friend had taken another way from others. Because they were searching Ellison's mother who was missing. While checking all the rooms, they are being attacked by a zombie doctor. Ellison's friend tries to kill that doctor. But he himself loses his consciousness due to the electric shock. Ellison takes him dead. And she escapes from there, leaving him alone. Some infected people were coming after Ellison. Ellison enters a room, escaping from them. Where she observes that the doctors have been killed by the rest of zombies. And she escapes from there. A survivor goes into the kitchen to save himself. There he meets a survivor girl. Later we see that Ellison meets a lady whose face was distorted. Because she was undergoing surgery and doctors left it incomplete with the arrival of zombies. Witnessing that lady, Ellison goes to kitchen in order to save his life. But those people do not allow her to come inside. Then Ellison goes to a room for her safety where she finds her mother who was not unconscious. She starts running to take her mother. And a zombie lady pursues her. At the same time, ward boy ends that zombie lady, coming there. But she had bitten Ellison's mother till then. Restoring his senses, Ellison's friend moves to a laboratory in order to save himself. Going there, He notices that a few animals had been bound in a glass bottle. Ellison's friend breaks a glass bottle and an infected animal appears from there. Ellison's friend runs to escape from that infected animal. And he approaches to the senior doctor and Yanya. They are busy in burning some papers. Those papers consisted the information about the cure of the infections of zombies. And they did not want the availability of these papers for government. So they burnt all these papers. The assistant of doctor is dressing the wound of Ellison's mother. All survivors are gathered at a place. Ellison's mother was infected. Doctor is nearly to end Ellison's mother with an axe. Ellison's mother vomits blood on the face of that doctor. Blood passes into the mouth of doctor, which indicates that doctor will also be infected. Doctor begins to prepare a medicine to save him in the cure of zombies infection. Here it is exposed that virus had been invented by that doctor. So he was sure, he can make the medicine of its cure if I have invented it. It is open here that doctor was making that medicine, which will remain any man young without aging effects. And that doctor first took animals as subjects for experiment. And all the animals, he took his patients as subjects for experiment. It declared that it was not any ordinary medicine but zombie drug. So it was the cause, this zombie virus was becoming infectious. After making the cure of zombie infection, doctor injects Ellison's mother but no avail. Ellison's friend asks that doctor, who presented the idea to make this medicine. And that doctor replies in slow tone, it was the idea of Yanya. The name of Yanya is not audible to anyone except Ward Boy. Then that doctor is nearly to utter Yanya's name loudly, but she ends him before he utters the name of Yanya. Yanya kills that doctor to keep her secret before everyone. Yanya tells, I end this doctor because he was infected. After a while, he may be transformed into zombie, which was risky for us. He may harm anyone. Another doctor and Ellison's friend, who was the medical student, try to make the cure medicine of zombies. As that doctor is about to inject the curable drug to Elysian's mother, she bites him. Now doctor knew that I have also been infected. I will be transformed into zombie. So he saves himself, dismembering his hand with a cutter. And Ellison reluctantly ends her mother. Now there were 5 survivors. In the next scene we see that all the zombies were nearly there, where they had saved themselves. And that place was not out of danger for them. Ellison's friend makes an emergency bomb which is exploded while pressing its button. Moving forward, Ellison's friend sets that bomb on a zombie. But he could not press the button. Those survivors think to move into another building to save themselves, leaving this building. They come on the roof. There was a steel bar to go to the other building. They begin to move into another building of hospital one by one. They cross that steel bar and finally 2 survivors, Ellison's friend and that doctor, are left. Much blood was wasted because of the cutting of doctor's hand. As a result, he feels dizzy and falls down from there. Then Ellison's friend securely crosses that steel bar. And the building where they had moved was also not safe. Because there were also zombies. That Ward Boy threatens Yanya, I will reveal that you are the inventor of virus and it has spread too much because of you. They find one more survivor girl in that building who is being chased by a zombie. They rescue that girl. Yanya thinks of a trick to keep Ward Boy silent. She goes to a room where a patient zombie was tied to a bed. She calls that Ward Boy in the room while making zombie stand near the door. That patient zombie bites that Ward Boy as he enters. Yanya did so because she was thinking, her secret will not be revealed before anyone if Ward Boy is infected. And she will be saved. Losing his temper, that Ward Boy kills Yanya. He hides his wound to keep it secret that he has been bitten by zombie. He tells everyone that zombies end Yanya. Coming on the ground floor, they observe police officers outside, who had sealed the surrounding of the building. That survivor girl who was saved in this building by them, she feels good after seeing the police. And she runs outside in excitement. Thinking her a zombie, police officers shoot her. Going inside, the police officers think as there is no survivor. And all have transformed into the zombies. They move to a tunnel in order to save from the zombies and the firing of police. Coming to the tunnel, Ellison's friend is bitten by the infected animal which was freed mistakenly by Ellison's friend. They find a big hole while advancing. Ellison is using her fingers to remove its lid. Police officers think that zombies are coming from that main hole, so they drive their car on it. Consequently, Ellison's fingers are cut off. Then Ward Boy and Ellison appear from another main hole. Coming outside, that Ward Boy closes that tunnel. Ellison's infected friend is left alone in that tunnel. Ellison and that Ward Boy escapes from there, sitting in a car. Ellison stops the car on the way and that Ward Boy who had transformed into zombie begins to end Ellison. But Ellison crushes that Ward Boy by her car. In the tunnel, Ellison's friend encounters that zombie on whom the emergency bomb was fixed by him. Pressing the button of emergency bomb, he is also injured. But he has also succeeded to come outside from there. Ellison is moving forward in her car. Going ahead, she catches the sight of her infected friend. Ellison thinks that her friend perhaps transformed into zombie. She drives off her car on him. In the end we see that Ellison is saddened, witnessing the blood and dead body of her friend on the car. And she repents. And Ellison is watching the dead body of Ward by while turning her face. She was driving with high speed. So her car is crashed with a tree, losing its control. Ellison also loses her life in this accident. All were dead. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.